When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes, is the answer. Now, here is the host of The Long Bearded Guy, the Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International, Gordon D Melville.
Good afternoon, everybody. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. You know what? It's that time of year. It's also still Red Friday. It's also still Remember Everyone Deployed, and we'll talk about that a little bit in our conversation today. But we want to talk today. By the way, you're with Gordon Melville, Gordon D Melville, the Long Bearded Guy on Inspired Choices Network. And today we want to talk about, as we get this close to Christmas, it's only a couple of days. We want to talk about opening our heart for a richer Christmas connection. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about the connections. It's about the time we spend. It's not about, all the gifts and all the hustle and bustle and commercialized stuff that's not Christmas. It's what society sometimes says is the deal, but really, truly, that's not the heart of the season. That's not what inspires people during the Christmas season. And, sorry, I'll come back to it in a second. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I know there's people listening from all over the place, and wherever you hear my voice today, if you're in a hard place or you're struggling, I want you to know you're loved, you're cared about, and I'm sending you big hugs and lots of love and light and holding space for you. And at this time of year, especially because there's a lot of people hurting, and so you know what? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you can get into bring your friends, watch, share this. If this resonates, share it with people. Like and love it. Get on the Inspired Choices Network app. You can find it anywhere you put you find your apps. It's a free download, and download it. Share it with your friends. Let them hear and see. Not just for me, but for all the other hosts. There's some incredible hosts on this network. Reach out to them. Listen to their stuff. Edify yourself. We talk about pouring good stuff in the top. That's good stuff. Pour it in the top. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm on a mission to positively change the lives of every man I meet. And the goal is 10 million. And I hear Papa saying, Gord, that's not the goal. That's the jump point. We'll start to count once we get to 10 million. And I want to do that by increasing their emotional quotient, their EQ, by raising it, by making it more. And so I serve entrepreneurial men and pro athletes, but I serve everybody. Those are my avatars, pro athletes and entrepreneurial men, primarily because that's what I am, an entrepreneurial man. And I was gifted by having pro athletes come in across my path. So I've had some extensive experience with that. And I was picked up as the mindset energy coach for a pro basketball team for the upcoming season. So that's very exciting. Can't wait to do that. But I'm a champion mindset mentor is the way I react, or the way I describe it. I'm a legacy and resiliency strategist. Legacy is an end of life, and to get to end of life and to get where we want to go, we have to be resilient. We have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So, but that takes strategy. I'm a multi-award winning international bestselling author multiple times. I'm an international keynote speaker. Blah 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 blah. I can give you the resume. It doesn't really mean anything. The point is, at the end of the day, I have a little bit of an idea what I'm talking about. At 55 years old, suicide survivor, I understand what deep depression looks like. I understand what suicide looks like. I understand that December, January, and February are the hardest months of the year for depression, for a lot of reasons. Part of it's the sun, part of it's the cold, there's lots of reasons. But around the holidays, it's really hard. And so today I want to talk about opening our heart for a richer Christmas connection, because that's what it's about. It's about the connection. Please find us on Google TV, Apple TV, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to your stuff, we'll be there. You can find my happy beard, and again, I'm in my red. I almost put black on with the red, and I was like, no, it's Christmas. My hat is red and white, so I put a white shirt on. But so it works good for Christmas, but it also works good for Red Friday. So that's awesome. double dipping. But find us wherever, and like it, love it, share it, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it that helps our algorithms, and obviously it helps to pay for the show. So please like, love, share, subscribe. All right, let's get after it. Do you have your journal? And maybe you need it, maybe you don't today. You know what? I want this to be a little bit of a fireside chat. I want this to be a little bit of it. It's almost Christmas. It's that really special time of year that everybody gets a little nicer and everybody seems a little better, and we all, once we get past the commercialism of it all, right? Once we stop doing the hustle and bustle and all the shopping and all the pushing and shoving and all the crap that happens with all of that, once we get past that, the last day and a half, I remember in high school, and at work, even if in your job, that last day, even if it's the 25th, we used to work the 25th until 4, 5, 6 o'clock, Christmas Eve, and just the camaraderie that was there, that feeling that there's nothing quite like that, and there's no way to duplicate that the rest of the year. The whole world kind of stops and understands and feels into that. It's this weird, warm, wonderful feeling for a lot of us. Not everybody, but a lot of us have that warm, wonderful feeling. And the reason I'm talking about opening our hearts for a richer Christmas connection is because there's lots of people out there that don't have that. For a multitude of reasons. It's not always a good time. It's wonderful, wonderful, warm time for a lot of us, but it's not for everybody. How come? Sometimes the families aren't together. Sometimes, whatever keeps us apart, whether it's our job. We got military people all over the world that can't be with their family, not physically with their family, right? There's people that are estranged from their family, people that maybe their loved ones are passed over, maybe they've transitioned, and maybe this is the first Christmas for that. Makes it really hard, really, really hard. And if we don't plug into each other and understand and have that feeling of Christmas, that feeling of warm, caring love for each other. It's not an I want you love. It's not something that says, hey, you know what? It's not, we conflate love with sex or love with desire, love with, and there's a place for that. I'm not saying that's not love. I'm saying, you know what? When I tell my buddies, hey, I love you, I do. I care about them as humans. Do you care about the people in your life as humans? And whether we like them or not doesn't matter. It's a time of year where we put a lot of that to one side. We try to put some of that to one side. And I'm speaking as much to myself as I am to anybody else. Do we allow that warm sensation of love and care to come and to emit to everybody? Do we push that out to everybody? Or do we just do it to specific people? Do we only do it for some people? There's a lot of people hurting. There's a lot of people hurting. Literally all over the world. I mean, we can talk about Ukraine, we could talk about Israel and Palestine, we can talk about lots of places that are really, really intense right now. But there's lots of places in the US, I'm in Canada, but there's lots of places literally right here in our own subdivision. There's people right here that are hurting. Are we aware of that? To have some situational awareness around, do we pay attention to other people and what's going on for them? We see people at the grocery store or the bank or wherever we're in our regular travels. At the store, whether you're shopping in all these name brand places, you're in Walmart, you're wherever you are when you shop. Are you paying attention to what's there? Because you can change their day and their life with a smile. Are we warm and friendly? You have no idea what they're struggling with. You have no idea the battles they're facing. None of us do. Having kindness and opening our heart, being open. Is that scary? It can be. Is that hard? Sometimes. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Does it mean we're going to get hurt? Is the potential there for us to get hurt? For sure. You put some boundaries in, some healthy boundary. But again, at this time of year, we're just a few days away. You get this wonderful, wonderful thing that happens around this time of year. And it's, everybody's listening to Christmas carols. A lot of people listen to Christmas carols. I was listening to Pentatonics there because I love them, but I love their Christmas stuff. But, listening to some of that, it helps put us in my family. My son, one of my sons has been watching Christmas movies. My wife watches Christmas movies. By the end of November, they're already watching Christmas stuff. If they had it their way, they had the tree up already. It would have been up in November. It would have been up already. Just that feeling. Why? It makes them feel good. They like how it makes them feel. But not everybody has that. Have we closed our heart to people? Are we? And it doesn't mean we is forgiveness for them? No, it's for us. Right? Forgiveness is for us. It releases us. It has nothing to do with them. It's not saying what they did was okay. It doesn't say, what, I'm letting them off the hook. No, none of that stuff is right. It's for me. It's to release me. One of the easiest, best ways we can open our heart is to have gratitude. Gratitude for what we have. Gratitude for where we're at. We may not be where we want to be. We may not have as much as we want to have. But being grateful and being full of gratitude for what we do have. We all have struggles. We all have stuff we battle with. We all have things going on, but are we grateful for what we have? Because there's so many people in this country and in this planet that are wildly blessed. Wildly, wildly blessed. I've been jonesing for this very special thing. Christmas came early, and I got my Inspired Choices Network mug. I got 2 of them. There's one sitting behind me here. I was all excited, partly because I love that brand. I love the network, and I'm proud to promote them. Partly too because it makes me feel inclusive of the rest of the hosts and of the network. It's something that represents. I'm grateful for my mugs. I'm grateful for what they represent. I'm grateful for I'm grateful for my producer. Sarah's awesome. I love her to death. She's been so helpful to me. She keeps me organized and set forward, and you know what? And everybody at Inspired Choices Network does. Christine's unbelievable. Kim and both the Sarahs are amazing. Mackenzie, they're all unbelievable human beings. Wildly grateful for them. I'm not where I was when I started doing all of this broadcasting stuff. I've learned a ton. I've grown. I'm grateful for that. It doesn't mean there aren't challenges. It doesn't mean there's not things that need to get better and things that need to be helpful. But I can be grateful and not satisfied, if that makes sense. It's a very fine line. Jim Rohn used to talk about all the time. Grateful for what I've got and where I am, but not content was the word he used. I'm not content. Why? Because when I'm content, I don't push anymore. I don't push forward. And I want to push forward. I want more. But I need to be grateful for what I've got. Speaking of grateful for what I've got, we need to take a quick break, but I want to do a shout out. So I'm grateful for my sponsors. Very, very, very grateful for my sponsors. I can't do this without them. So the one I want to highlight today is Jose Escobar. is the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. Check out the Connected Leaders Academy membership to take your business to the next level. And he owns both Entrepreneur's Bookshelf and Connected Leaders Academy. This is the perfect tribe to learn, grow, and connect like never before. The CLA, Connected Leaders Academy tribe, brings together some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. Set up your free strategy session or your free coffee with him today. And you can reach him at theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. Great human being. Thank you so much, Jose. Merry Christmas to you and your 5 children and your wonderful wife. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of my sponsors, my founding sponsors, people that have joined later. I appreciate you very much. Full gratitude to you. As we take a quick break, don't go anywhere, but don't forget to pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. We need to do that during this whole season. We get all wrapped up and excited and moving 300 miles an hour with our hair on fire. We need to pause and breathe to ground ourselves. Got my other special mug with my herbal tea. I'm going to have a couple of sips of that, and I'm going to pause and breathe too. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. See you in a minute.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to the longbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Everybody, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with me. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. And we're talking today about opening our heart for a richer Christmas connection. We want to try and understand, and in this quick segment, it's not about the things or the gifts. It's not about the hustle or the commercial. What is it about? What's real, true meaning of Christmas? We can talk about, Jesus being born in Bethlehem and all the star and the angels. We can talk about all that. He wasn't born in December, by the way, but nevertheless, in the Christian environment, that's what Christmas is for, right? Celebrating Jesus' birth. But what, in the broader sense, what's it about? If it's not about the things and the gifts and the commercial stuff, I wear the hat, but it's not about Santa, right? It's not about Santa and the elves, and it's not about that. What is it about? It's about the connection. It's about the time spent together. And are there people alone at Christmas? Yes, there are. There are. Do you know somebody that my parents used to bring family members, and sometimes there were complete strangers in our house on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. that we didn't know. As kids, we're like, okay, who is that? But they were doing that because they knew there were family friends and family that didn't have anywhere else to go. They didn't have anybody to be with. And so to make sure they weren't alone, they would invite them in. Everybody can't do that. But do we know people that we know are going to be alone? It's about the connection. You hear me talk about it all year. Being present, giving ourselves the gift, the present. That's what's important. You know, we talk about all the stuff we're giving to people. There's nothing you can give more valuable than your time. It's an unrenewable resource. The time that you spend with people is invaluable. You're giving somebody a piece of your life. That's why when I talk about being present at home, being present at work, and not letting them conflate, not thinking about work when you're at home, because your body might be at home, but your brain isn't there. Right? Our brain is somewhere else. Our brain's like, oh, I got this meeting and that meeting. I can't forget to reach out to that guy, and I've got this project to get done. Our family and our friends can feel that we're not right there. They see our body, right? We're sitting right there, but we're not present. You ever felt lonely in a room full of people? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Being able to be present, giving ourselves the gift, but giving the people around us that gift this year. Can we do that? I'm going to challenge you to do that. I'm going to challenge you to do that. Reach out to the people around you. It's the time spent with the connection. We get so head faked with all the shiny stuff, right? The glitz and the tinsel and all the bright shiny things. And we forget about what really matters. We miss what really matters. A lot of times when all the glitz and glamour goes away, right? During COVID, when you couldn't and there wasn't anywhere to go, and you couldn't, Amazon did great, right? Gangbusters, because you couldn't go to the mall, you couldn't, right? But what did that force us to do? Were there lots of negatives to, for sure there were. Were there positives? Absolutely there were. Were there negatives? Yes, there were. Were there relationships that blew up and whatnot? Yeah, because they were getting way too much attention. They weren't present in the moment. It caused challenges because they couldn't get away from that person. And you know what? It's a choice not to make it work. Irreconcilable differences. I mean, they call it lots of different things. All I'm saying is, you know what? Being able to put in a space where we take all the distractions away, what are we left with? Internet goes out. What happens? We have to talk to each other, or we hibernate, or we isolate. That's not good. Talking to others, connecting with the people around us, that's good. We need that connection. We're built as humans to need that connection. That's why I teach hugging, and the hugging the way I do, because that's connection. It's deep, caring connection. It says, I see you. I see you. You're not just here. I'm not just here. I actually see you. I hear you. You're important enough to pay 100% attention to. Do we do that even for ourselves? But do we do it for our spouse, our significant other? Do we do that for our kids? I think a lot of times we don't. This time of year, maybe we can. I talk a lot about intention. With intention, can we pay attention to the people around us? Can we give them that infinitely valuable gift of time? And whether it's live in person, sometimes that's not possible. So then we get on Zoom, or we get on Skype, or we get on, we can see each other. Sometimes it's just a phone call to somebody you haven't talked in a long time, somebody that needs to hear your voice. Christmas is a great time to reach out. It gives you an excuse to do something you maybe want to do, but couldn't find the time. And you know what? You've heard me say that before too. With all due respect to you, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. What you're telling me is that you don't want to. That's what be true to yourself, right? At least own our stuff. Own our stuff. You don't want to, because if you really wanted to, you'd find the time. You'd manufacture the time. The things you want to do, you get done. Even detrimental things. I gotta have a smoke. And they find the time. They manufacture the time. But I might got tight deadlines or whatever, but I find the time to go out and smoke. But for the things we want to do, we'll find the time. We make the time. Can you make the time for you and your family this year? Can you? Probably more appropriate. Will you? Will you make the time? Give yourself that gift. It's invaluable. Talk to anybody that's lost somebody this year, and this is their first Christmas without them. They'd give everything they have for another minute with that person, to talk to them, to hear their voice, see their smile, get a hug. It's not about our stuff. You got to think, you know what? And interact with me. If do you know your grandfather's father's name? Do you know that person's name? Most of us don't. That means within 3 generations, everything you hold on to so dearly, all the stuff and all the accolade and all the award, all the stuff, it's going to mean literally nothing to anybody. All your things that you hold on, all my books I love so much, they'll been donated to wherever, given to wherever. All the things all the stuff we're talking about, all the tinsely, shiny stuff that we seem to want to hold on to, won't mean anything. It'll be gone. Even the relationships, unless we've poured into and have connection, deep connection, will be gone. It won't be here anymore. Get over this stuff. This time of year is not about the things, the gifts, the commercial stuff that we're told we need to focus on. Intentionally focus. Intentionally focus on each other. If you get one thing out of this today, spend time together. Have connection, deep connection. Shut everything, do yourself a favor and shut everything else out. Shut everything else out. Don't pay attention to the rest of the crap. Really focus on your kids. Really focus on your wife or your significant other. Focus on your friends and your family and people around you that really matter to you. Focus on that stuff. Give yourself that gift. I'll guarantee you, Christmas will be much richer. You'll remember Christmas 2023 way more if the memories you've created with the people you love and the people you care about. I talk about legacy. Legacy is not end of life. Legacy is every day. What we've poured into people. This is a perfect time of year to pour into people. To intentionally pour love and care. Let people know. I get off my soapbox for a second. I have to take a quick break. But again, I want to say thank you and do a quick shout out for Jose Escobar. He's the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf and the Connected Leaders Academy. But check out the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf to learn more about his morning and evening mastery routine program that's changing people's lives. And it is. This program will help you install systems on the bookends of your day to maximize your morning and evening routine. Set up your free strategy session with Jose Escobar today, and you can reach him at theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. If you're not doing something in the morning and evening routine, day after day after day after day, we have Christmas routine, right? We have, and we don't, maybe we call it ritual, we call it, traditions, but we need to have a morning and evening routine every day to maximize our day. If we're not doing something, we're not getting everything out of our day. I'll guarantee you. Reach out to Jose. Great guy. And incredible programs. He's got some incredible programs. So as we take this another quick break, again, don't go anywhere. We're going to have some more stuff when we come back. How we can do some of these things and how to be more present, how to be in the moment. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. That's me on Inspired Choices Network. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget to pause and breathe.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
The Connected Leaders Academy is the #1 fastest growing networking community for entrepreneurs. CLA assembles high-level leaders, titans of industry, and business owners under one roof. If you're an entrepreneur looking to grow personally, professionally, scale your influence, develop skills, and expand your network exponentially, the CLA is where you need to be. Want on to more podcasts and shows, speak on more stages, sell more books, products, and services, get more leads, referrals, acquire new clients, develop lifelong friendships, and more. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. Contact Jose Escobar on Facebook or check out www.claglobalsummit.com for more information.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm just listening to Christmas music, something that helped put us in the mood, that will help. What do you listen to? Christmas. We're talking, by the way, you're with Gordon D. Melville, the long-bearded guy on Inspired Choices Network, but we're talking about opening our heart for a richer Christmas connection. It's not about the stuff. It's about the time. As parents, you ever watch your kids, you spend all this time wrapping all these gifts. You spend all this time trying to find the gifts, right? Just the perfect toys or the perfect stuff. You wrap it all up, and then the kids rip it apart on Christmas morning, and they're more excited about the boxes and the paper than they are about what's inside. Like, wow, why? Well, they want to sit and play the game. They want to sit and put the puzzle together, or build the dinosaur, or ride their bike with their parents. They want to do the stuff together. The connection, not about the stuff. How can we open our heart to others during this season? Are you closed off? Are your boundaries such that you go, you know what? I've been hurt before. I'm in a sad place because I lost somebody I love and care about. And I'm not saying that's not important. What I'm saying is a lot of times focusing outside of ourselves and trying to find that connection with other people will help us heal. I'm not saying we don't need to grieve, because we do. Is it going to be hard? For sure. If you've never had holiday time of year, no matter which holiday it is, without somebody special that was dear to you, it's going to be hard. There's a grieving process there for sure. But sometimes we get into a space and we go, you know what? I need to protect me. And so I'm not letting anybody in. I'm putting up a wall to protect myself. But that also stops the love from coming in, the care of other people. And you know what? I'm not here to tell or to be right, or that's not the deal. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share some stuff, to give you some ideas and some things to let you pause with and chew on. Is that something that I like or don't like? Is that something I can embrace or not embrace? That's entirely up to you. That's a choice you make. What I'm challenging you with is not being closed. Put yourself out there. Allow people to love on you. If you lost somebody this year, or there's somebody that's big in your life or has been big in your life, and this is the first year without them. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter whether it's the first year or other years. That'll affect us forever. Right? When you get together as a family, and my wife, her dad's been gone for a while, few years, 7-8 years. Do we miss him? Yes, for sure we do. At special occasions, we miss him all the time. But certainly when the family gets together and we have this real feeling where, it's Christmas, it's that connection, and he's not here, not physically anymore. We miss him. And I get that. I understand. At the same time, if we close ourselves off, we don't get connected. Not the way we can and probably should. And I know I talk about not shooting ourselves. Let's choose to put ourselves in a space where we're allowing people to love on us. I'll guarantee you there's people that want to love on you. There's people that want to. Why do we not do that with people? Why do we not reach out to people we know are going to struggle this year, or that we know are struggling this year for whatever reason? Maybe it's financially. Maybe it's because they're missing someone that they love. Maybe it's their job. Maybe they just got downsized. Maybe they just broke up or are in the middle of a divorce. Maybe their kids are moved away and it's the first Christmas without their kids at home. There's so many different reasons. But do we reach out to those people? Sometimes we don't because we're trying to protect ourselves. Sometimes we don't because we get busy in our own stuff, right? Our own schedule and our own stuff stops us from being able to reach out to people. I got a message today from somebody that's just an incredible dear friend. Incredible friend. I treasure very, very much. She reached out this morning. She goes, "Are you all right?" Out of the blue. She didn't say good morning, right? She "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, no, but I'm trying to be. I've got stuff to do today. I've got things happening. So, but the fact that she reaches out doesn't have to be long and drawn out. I don't have to go into lots of detail. But what it tells me is she gives a crap about me. She's a business colleague, but she's become an incredibly good friend. And I know she gives a shit about me, aside from the business, aside from any business we're doing together. She cares about me, and I care about her. Love her to death. She's an incredible human being. But that doesn't happen if we don't put ourselves out there. If we put a wall up, we can't receive it. We can't give it. It just stops everything from happening. This is not the time of year to do that. How can you open your heart to other people? What can you do to put yourself in a place where you can be of service and of benefit to other people, and that they can be of benefit to you because they want to be? We get this weird thing where we want to. I was always used to being the giver. I liked being the giver, right? I love how that made me feel. I was the guy that would go through the Starbucks drive-through and say, how many, when I got to the window, how many orders do you have in the queue? We've got, 4. Great. Can I pay for them all? And they're like, what? Can I pay for them all? Sure. How much is it? Well, at Starbucks, it was, I had to remortgage the house. But the point is, I'm used to be, I love how that made me feel, being the giver. But if I can't be a givee with grace, if I can't receive with grace, I rob the other person of that feeling I love so much. Some people go, oh, no one gives a shit about me. Nobody cares. They just don't. Really? Is it because nobody cares and they don't want to, or because you're shutting the door and you close them off? You put out there as an energy and a vibration, hey, I don't want anything from anybody. I don't want to, I'm in a hard place, and I don't want anything from I don't want anything, not love, not care, not anything. But then they turn around and bitch and whine and complain because nobody ever calls. Well, you can't have it both ways. We have to own our own shit. We have part of gratitude and part of Christmas is saying, you know what, this is what's going on. I have to own my stuff. I don't want to be a victim. None of us are victims. We are where we are because of the choices and decisions we've made. That whether we like that or not, or believe that or not, it doesn't change what is. It doesn't change what is. Just own it. Okay, you know what? Sometimes I'm a goof. I do have warts. Yes, I'm sick. Yes, that causes challenges. Yes, you know what? I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. Ask my wife and kids, they'll tell you. Happily tell you. Happily tell you. I don't have all the answers. I don't need all the answers. None of us do. But we need to own our stuff. We need to own our stuff. And if we're being crotchety, we're being Scrooge because I don't want to get hurt. Maybe don't want to get hurt again. You know what? We need to get over ourselves. Is that a risk, getting hurt? For sure. But be who you are. Unabashedly, unapologetically be you. The gift of being 100% authentically you is a tremendous gift to the people around you. Everybody wants to be unique. Guess what? Nobody can be you. Nobody on the planet, past, present, or future, can be you. You are unique. So be you. And then share that. Connection. Open your heart for connection. Our fingerprints, and there's lots of us there's lots of parts of our bodies that are unique, right? Our eyes, the color on our eye. That's why they use it for security. Eye check. Fingerprint. Why? Because it's unique. Nobody else has that fingerprint. We have that fingerprint to be able to distinctly, specifically, and uniquely touch people's lives. To put our mark, our unique mark on the world. You can't do that if you don't make connection. Because none of the stuff you have is going to mean anything. In the end, can't take it with you. And no one's really going to care. We need to get to a place where we understand, hey, you know what? It's the connection that matters. It's the connection that, if you want to connect, I've got lots of ways to connect. If anything I talk about resonates, if you want to, like I say, engagement is what I'm looking for. We have really hundreds of millions of reach. And there's thousands of people that watch and listen to me every week. Many thousands. But I want engagement. I want people to reach out to me and go, Gord, that was wonderful. And they do. Or Gord, that was complete skata, which is Greek for shit. Right? If you don't agree, tell me you don't agree. Be respectful, but tell me, hey, you know what, Gord, I think you're full of poop. Engage with me. I've got programs you can do one-on-one stuff with me, right? You can do one-on-one mentorship. You can do group stuff to make it a little bit less expensive and you know, not, it's an easy way. It's a much more effective, cost-effective way to get help. I just finished a women's group, which I was challenged to do. and it was incredible. We had such a good time. I'm going to do it again in January. If that's of interest to you, let me know. I'm going to do a guy's version of it. That's the version I normally do, is the guy's version of it. We'll do one of those in January too. Reach out to me. thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. You want to wish me a Merry Christmas? thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. But if you want me to talk to your group, to your guys, to your church, to your scouts, to your whatever it is, whatever the group is, happy to do it. I do paid speaking stuff all over the place. You can plug into this however you need to, as much or little as you want. I would love to hear from you. Would love to hear from you. Please reach out. I got to take another quick break. Time goes so quick, so fast. We think, oh, it's dragging. Well, you know what? It's going really, really quick, and you're not going to get it back. It's a non-renewable resource. It's gone. Do you maximize your time? Do you make connection with people around you? Because that's what's going to count. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll do a quick wrap. We'll do a quick call to action. But I want to make sure we're all in a space that understands, hey, you know what? This close to Christmas, I really hope you feel that warm. I want you to feel that warm Christmas spirit that opening our hearts creates, that gives us that richer Christmas experience and the connections. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. Don't forget to pause and breathe.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Long-Bearded Guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. And today, we're this close to Christmas. We're talking about opening our heart for a richer Christmas connection. We've talked about being open, choosing to be open, choosing to put ourselves in a space that's open, being intentional. We've talked a lot about what's the most important thing. It's not the gifts. It's not the stuff. It's not the commercialized stuff that we talk about all the time. It's not all the tinsel and the tree and all. Can those things be important in the grand scope? Sure. Do they make it part of the experience? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, there's lots of people that don't have tree. Lots of people that don't have gifts outside of the love and care they give to each other. There's people on this planet right now that would give everything they have, and some of them don't have hardly anything, to have what we have in the Western world. no matter how hard we think we have it. Whether it's health, whether it's not being shot at or bombed, or not having to go and shoot at or bomb other people. We're so blessed. It's just an ignorant embarrassment of riches. Being in this space, it really is. And at this time of year, we need to plug into that. So call to action for this week. We're almost at the end of the year. And we're in that Christmas space and at Christmas time. Reach out to those you care about and love. I'm challenging you. Reach out to people. Be intentional about where you spend your time and energy. It's that time and energy that's going to mean something in the end. It'll mean something to you, and it'll mean something to the person you're giving it to. Whose life can you make better by reaching out and saying hi? It doesn't have to be a long conversation. What you're saying is, hey, I care. I love you. You mean something to me. You're important enough to reach out to. I see you. I hear you. It's powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. I'm challenging you, especially right now. If you can feel that warm Christmas spirit, share it. And if you need to feel that Christmas spirit, plug into someplace. Plug into people that you know and places that you know you're going to get it. Sometimes that, we've done things where we serve at a soup kitchen. Go to an animal shelter. They always need both of those places, hostels and halfway homes. They all need stuff this time of year. Go spend some time. That's the most valuable thing you have. It's not about the millions you may have, a nice car, none of that matters. Your time is the most precious thing you have. Spend it with some other people. Give it, freely give it. Don't try and protect yourself. Share love. Just human compassion, human love. It's not I want you. It's, you know what? I see you and I hear you. You're a human. You matter. People need to hear that. You matter. You're important. The world's a better place with you in it. Give that to each other. Next week, Friday, December 29th. Unfreaking believable. The year is almost over. 2023 is almost in the books. Incredible. Next week on the 29th, we're going to talk about Gutsy Guys Gush. Gutsy Guys Gush. It's our New Year's edition. This is our Christmas edition. That'll be next week. Will be our New Year's edition. And we'll talk about, you know what? That's my avatar in terms of guys. But you know what? Gutsy Guys talk. Gutsy Guys Gush. And we need to, going into 2024, we need to set up our year to be as successful as we can be, not just in business, but in our personal life. Are we going to be the same person on December 29 of 2024 that we were on December 29 of 2023? Because if we are, we just wasted a year. The only way it changes is if we're intentional and intentionally look to grow. As we go into this Christmas season, this Christmas time, the next few days, be courageous, be unstoppable, be unapologetically you. Make it another great week. Enjoy your Christmas with your family. I love you. Massive hugs. Live out you abundantly and with intention. And I'll see you next week. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I love you. Be well. Enjoy the season. Give that one to somebody else.
Thank you for tuning into the Long Bearded Guy Show. You are appreciated and loved. Gordon D. Melville returns Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on the InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, make it another great week, leading with love, powerfully designing, crafting, and living out your positively impactful legacy life you were created for. Big hugs!